pool. All of pool fans would like to see it in the future as widely accepted sport. Official sport, in which pool players are regarded as pro athletes who can make a good living out of it. In recent years, there have been many improvements in that direction, from adding more events, more sponsors, Mosconi Cup being sold out, and having from 2 to 3,000 fans watching it live, not to mention thousands or tens of thousands of fans watching it online or on TV. This has been the great advancement to our common goal. However, whether we want to admit it or not, we are still very far from the final target. There are many obstacles in the way, one of such the WPA versus Matchroom war, which was explained in the previous video posted on Roda's Analytics. The second one, which I'd like to mention, is lack of statistics in professional pool. Statistics are so necessary for sports, as much as water for the fish, to say it in a plain way. There is not even one single sport in the world without detailed statistics which can reflect the different aspects of the game, which sections of statistics were excellent, which were mediocre, and which ones were the failures in any given match, and the direct reason why the match was won or lost. Before you ridicule me for even suggesting that and thinking of different excuses that it can be done, the reason I wanted to start this channel in the first place is exactly that, so try to be open-minded and hear me out. When you look at basketball and more closely to NBA, you can notice so many different stats which can reflect what team was doing better or worse than the opponents, as far as the individual stats which are far more detailed. When you look at tennis, whose statistics can be far more relatable to pool since both are individual sports, let's check what it reflects. For example, let's check the final match of Masters in Cincinnati, which happened recently between world number 1 and 2, and one of the most watched matches of the year. When you go to match stats, you can see 4 different sections: service stats, return stats, point stats, and service speed stats. All of those 4 main categories contain different subsections. That is something which, in my point of view, could be incorporated to pool. The closest thing to stats which would be acceptable in a certain way, of course, would be the stats by Pool Stats Pro app, which are basically quite useful for practicing at the moment in order to spot your strengths and weaknesses in the game. There are different aspects which are necessary and close to my point of view, like made shots, missed shots, defensive shots, fouls, scratches, total shots, shooting, true shooting, clutch shooting, number of very high probability shots, medium probability shots, and low probability shots. So, here all kinds of stats are mixed up in one. Those main sections aren't separated in individual sections like in tennis, where we had service stats, return stats, point stats, and service speed stats. So separating them is quite useful in order for viewers to see what are certain rate points, mediocre, and faults in a certain match. On the other hand, the probability of making certain shot is a quite subjective point due to the fact that there isn't the strict definition between the very high probability shot and the high probability one, so it would be left for interpretation. Support the Roda's Analytics by liking this video, clicking the subscribe button and the bell for future notifications. That is why I have a suggestion for the modern pool statistics, which could be quite useful for this problem which I noticed. I think that different sections in modern pool statistics, which could be an official one in the future, should be first break stats, in-game stats, cue ball position stats, safety stats, kick shot stats, and jump shot stats as well. Those 6 sections can represent everything that needs to be known in a single match of especially 9-ball pool, which is the most popular version nowadays. Even if someone didn't watch a specific match, just by looking at the numbers based on these statistics can determine what were the main differences in efficiency of different aspects of the game. Every section would have subsections like in tennis. Let's start with break stats. As we know, the quality of the break, especially in 9-ball pool, is essential in the modern game. So subsections would be break and run percentage, the amount of golden breaks, dry breaks, average amount of potted balls on the break, 9-ball movement achieved on the break, and cue ball scratch on the break. The one which may be confusing for you would be 9-ball movement achieved on the break, especially since the players have to break from the box in most of events nowadays. Players have been using the long rail in order to pot 9-ball on the break. That aggressive break nowadays is rewarded to those who master that skill, so statistics about it is quite essential in my point of view. The second category would be in-game stats, with subsections which include amount of shots, offensive and defensive shots, potted shots efficiency, potted long shots 5 or plus diamonds distance, missed shots, amount of fouls made, thin cuts, bank shots, jump shots, combo shots, carom shots, and awkward position shots. Those awkward position shots would be ones when the cue needs to be elevated, when the ball is quite close to it, when the cue ball is stuck on the rail, or when playing massage shot. These subsections could depict entire variety of shots players conduct during the frame. The analysis of cue ball positioning is quite necessary as well, with subsections like primary cue ball position, mediocre one, poor one, and cue ball scratch in-game, not including the break. Cue ball positioning is one of the main aspects in being the world-class player and being able to consistently win on the big stage. The next ones are safety stats, which include successful safety shots, left a distance, unsuccessful safety shots, and re-safety shots. Left a distance would represent the moment when you don't leave the clear pocketing of the object ball, but the opponent can see it clearly. Furthermore, kick shots and their efficiency are quite useful since Mr. Efren Reyes started doing them on such an amazing level that they became crucial for the success of a given match. They include kick shot efficiency without a foul, missed kick shots, kick shot potted balls, and kick shot re-safety shots. The last, but definitely not least, especially in the modern game of pool, are jump shots. Ever since jump cues were introduced to the market, jumping a blocker ball was never as easy as it is nowadays, so it deserves its own category. The subsections are jump shot, which is a legal shot without making a foul, jump shot fouls made, jump shot potted balls, and jump shot successful re-safety shots. Now, imagine seeing these stats structured in this way if you're a fan or a player. As a player, you can notice which were differences that caused the winning or losing of your match, and as a fan you could have the complete picture of any given match you watch. Roda's Analytics YouTube channel is going to analyze different pool matches based on this criteria in combination with the most important moments of the match where momentum shifted, the focus lapse, or the certain detail which directly caused the match to end as it ended. I am looking forward to hear from you in the comment section. What is your point of view regarding these sections and subsections? Press the like button if you enjoyed this video, click subscribe button for future analysis, and thank you for watching Roda's Analytics. Have a nice day.